Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make a spiral macrame coaster. I'm just going to use one colour today, but this is obviously an option to start mixing up colours. So what you'll need is, I'm using 3mm cord, and you need the one long piece, which is what spirals around the whole coaster, and that needs to be 150 centimetres, and then you need 5 other bits that are 80 centimetres long. So to start, make a little loop at the end of your long cord, and then make sure that the rest is coming out to the right, and then you'll do a reverse lark's head knot of all these 5 onto this where these 2 cords meet, okay? So you go under, pull it through and pull it tight. And then do that with the other 4. Okay, so they're all tied on in the same way. And then to make the centre of the spiral, just pull on this part of the cord until you kind of close the gap. You can pull on this side as well. And then just move it around so you get this little star shape. And that is the centre. At this point, I find it useful, I don't know if you have a piece of cork. This is actually just an old coaster, I think, and some pins. It helps to keep it flat, otherwise you can get buckles. So at this stage, if you have something like that, you can put it on, but otherwise don't worry. So I'm just going to put it in the centre. Just put a couple of pins in. Okay, so now you're ready to start doing your knots. So we're going to be doing double half hitch knots. So to do that, make sure that the long cord is over the top of the cord you're going to tie, and then you go over through the gap and pull it tight, over through the gap, pull it tight. And that's one double half hitch, and then you want to do that for every single one until you've gone round one for each. Something to bear in mind when doing coasters is not to pull your knots too tight, because otherwise they go cone shaped. There's not enough slack. You see all these are really small knots, so that's just something to keep in mind. Just ignore this short bit here. If you want, you can cut it shorter, or just ignore it. So now we've gone round once on each bit of cord. If you're working with the cork, then maybe just put in a couple more pins to keep it flat. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add one more piece of cord, the same length as the ones that we've just put in. So they started off as 80, and we've probably done one round now, so I'm going to do it at about 74 centimetres. Okay, and then doing the same reverse lark's head knot that we did at the start, you're just going to tie it onto the travelling cord. So under, pull him through, and then pull it tight and push all the way up. And see, now we've got room to carry on the spiral. So then we go again, tying every single one around into your second spiral. Feel free to add more pins as you go. Now, something to note, whenever you feel like your cord has got to stretch too far to do the knot, add in another piece. You'll find this, sometimes you'll need to do 2 or 3 per spiral, sometimes you won't need to do it at all, but just whenever you feel like it's going to stretch too far, just put in another piece. If you want to know how long to add your next piece of cord, because obviously as you go round, the length of this spare cord shortens. So the way to do it is to just get your cord and meet it at the end of any of the cords. Go to the middle, pull it back, and then you know that that's the length that you need. That's just a good rule of thumb as you go through, because you don't want to be wasting too much cord doing the same length the further as you go. Okay, so just tie that in, push it up, and now you see it's not having to stretch so far, because the further you stretch it, that's when you start getting the cone shape. See, again, that's quite a big gap, so I'm just going to put some more in. Okay, and you just keep doing this, keep doing your knots until you reach the end of this length of cord. Just keep adding more cord whenever it looks like it's too far to stretch to do the knot, and you find out the length of what you want to add by just working out the length of the cord at that point in time, double it, and then tie it on. And yeah, you just keep going. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. You really should go until you've finished all the length of your cord, but I want to make a slightly smaller one today. So if you're using pins and cork, just take them all out. And just get rid of it. Okay, so that is the basis of your coaster. And then what you can do is either just cut this leading cord with all the others to trim it, or you can just poke it through a hole just to kind of seal it off a bit. So I'm just going to feed it through here. And put it tight. Okay, and then just cut however long you want. Just go rough to start with. Okay, get rid of that. And then you'll need to brush it out. If it's just twisted cord like this, you can go straight and brush it. If you've got 3-ply, then you'll need to unravel the 3 twists and then brush. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and cut it neater. So this one I've cut very short. I'm going to cut this one a bit longer because obviously I've gone smaller with the spiral. So let's... Okay, and there you go, that's the basics for making a spiral macrame coaster. I would suggest making them in front of the TV. As you can see, it's quite a long, laborious project. Can take a few hours to make sometimes. So, yeah, I'd say do it while you're watching a film. It's nice and relaxing. And please tag me if you have a go at this tutorial. I'd love to see how you'll get on. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.